Alright, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to replace the entire heater, the tube and all, in a Gecko SSPA or a Spa Builder's SSPA pack. Basically, you open the pack, you can tell it's plastic and it's got a little flip top on it. Now you can see that this board actually has a big hole in it, which is common, that happens to them. So if you've got that big hole, don't replace the heater because it will not fix it. So basically, 1/4 inch wrench, 3/8 wrench, you hold the quarter on the back right here, and I've already loosened all this stuff to make this faster. You just do that and take the nuts loose. So I'm going to pull these nuts out, these two that hook it to the board. Now some of these will not be this style, some of these will be a style that's like a wire. These are like metal forks is what they look like actually. And so I'm going to take these two off, push that off. You're going to take your 3/8, loosen this nut on the top that holds the ground in place, pop it off, pull the ground out of the way. There's a ground right there. Make sure you hook that back up, that's important. And then loosen this. And last but not least, you've got two wires on your pressure switch that you're going to pull off like that right there. There's no polarity on those. It doesn't matter which direction you put them in, and they actually snap in, the heater does. So I'm going to just simply snap the tube out just like that. You would unscrew the pressure switch. This particular one didn't have any thread tape on it, but you put fresh thread tape on it. Put your new heater back into place, lining it up. I'd probably go ahead and put the pressure switch in. So I'm going to simulate that. Stick the pressure switch on. Now, of course, if you got water running everywhere, you got a problem. This is without having to deal with water. Some tubs have service valves, slice valves that you can close and stop the water while you're doing this. But another thing is, if you're doing this with water, even if you've got service valves, please, please, please do not do this with do not pull that pressure switch out with the pack here. What I would recommend doing is taking everything that I did loose and popping the pack loose, taking the screws out of the base of the pack and pushing it back and closing the lid, then changing your pressure switch and changing the tube. Because what you don't want to do is get water into your board, which I've actually seen happen. One of my service techs blew somebody's board up by being lazy and not taking that extra step. Now what I do here is take a pair of pliers. This particular heater is kind of a universal style heater, and you can see that it's got a little piece that sticks up right here. So when you're putting it in here, it's going to put it at a little bit of an angle that it wasn't at before, but that's okay. What I do is just pull these up, put the nuts on them, tighten them. And I'm not going to go through all that because you know what to do. Of course, never tighten it without holding the back. 1/4 inch wrench in the back, 3/8 in the front. Tighten this right here. Put your ground on. Tighten that as well. Then put the nut on the top of the ground. Tighten that. You've already got your pressure switch hooked back up. And last but not least, you have a ground bar that's on the old heater. And you're going to move that over. So what I'm going to do is turn this off real quick, because ground is important. That's the most important part of any electrical system. If you don't have your grounds right, you're at risk. You just slip that on there, put these two nuts back on, tighten it, and you're back in business. Be safe, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you change a heater tube in a SSPA, Gecko, or Spa Builder style pack.